the sky over Hiroshima turned blinding white, and in an instant, the world changed forever. A city once vibrant and full of life was reduced to ashes in the blink of an eye. It was August 6, 1945, and the United States had just unleashed a weapon of unimaginable power, the atomic bomb. But why? Why did America choose to drop an atomic bomb on Hiroshima? What drove the leaders of a nation to make such a fateful, devastating decision? In this documentary, we unravel the reasons that led to this monumental event and examine how it altered the course of history forever. World War II was a cataclysmic struggle that engulfed the globe, leaving a trail of destruction and death in its wake. By the early 1940s, the conflict had spread into the Pacific, where Japan was on a relentless campaign of expansion. Armed with a fierce military strategy and a determination to dominate, Japan invaded neighboring countries, leaving destruction and suffering in its path. The notorious attack on Pearl Harbor in December 1941 forced the United States into the war, and suddenly, the Pacific became a battleground. The United States, along with its allies, fought desperately to stem the tide of Japanese aggression. Battles like Iwo Jima and Okinawa were fought with unimaginable ferocity, costing hundreds of thousands of lives on both sides. The Japanese military's fierce resistance and refusal to surrender signaled that an invasion of Japan's mainland would be a long and bloody struggle. As the war dragged on, American leaders faced an agonizing decision. How far would they have to go to bring this war to an end? Amidst the chaos of war, another battle was taking place, one fought in secret laboratories deep within the United States. The Manhattan Project, a top-secret endeavor, brought together the greatest scientific minds of the age, united by a single goal: to create the most powerful weapon the world had ever seen. After years of research and unprecedented collaboration, they succeeded. They harnessed the devastating force of nuclear fission to create a weapon capable of obliterating entire cities in an instant. This weapon, the atomic bomb, offered a terrifying solution to the problem at hand. It was the ultimate gamble, a new and terrifying force that promised to end the war, but at what cost? The decision to use it would soon be made. As the summer of 1945 wore on, American military leaders and President Harry Truman faced a grim reality. The battles in the Pacific had already claimed the lives of countless soldiers and civilians, and an invasion of Japan's mainland loomed on the horizon. Estimates suggested that such an invasion could result in over 1 million Allied casualties and even more Japanese lives lost. The prospect was unbearable. Ending the war swiftly, using the atomic bomb presented a way to avoid this nightmare scenario. By delivering a blow so devastating that it would shatter Japan's will to fight, the hope was that the war could end without a mainland invasion. For many American leaders, this seemed like the lesser of two evils, a way to bring a swift conclusion to the conflict and save lives that would otherwise be lost in the brutal combat to come. Saving lives in the long term. As paradoxical as it may sound, many believed that the bomb could ultimately save lives. By unleashing such overwhelming destruction, they hoped Japan would surrender without the need for further bloodshed. But there was another reason lurking in the shadows. A display of power. The world was already shifting toward a new and uncertain future. Tensions between the United States and the Soviet Union were growing, and a demonstration of the atomic bomb's power would serve as a stark message. It was a warning shot, a clear statement that the United States now wielded a weapon unlike any other, a weapon capable of altering the balance of global power in an instant. With these reasons in mind, the decision was made. The bomb would be dropped, and history would never be the same. At 8:15 a.m. on August 6, 1945, a B-29 bomber named the Enola Gay released a single bomb over the city of Hiroshima. The bomb, nicknamed Little Boy, detonated 600 meters above the ground, and in that split second, everything changed. A blinding flash of light, a deafening explosion, and then, silence. The city was engulfed in a firestorm, buildings flattened, and tens of thousands of lives extinguished in an instant. Hiroshima, a city that had been teeming with life just moments before, was reduced to rubble. Those who survived were left to face an unimaginable reality, an inferno of destruction and the harrowing effects of radiation that would haunt them for years to come. The devastation wrought by the atomic bomb was beyond comprehension. In the days and weeks that followed, survivors, known as hibakusha, struggled with burns, radiation sickness, and the loss of loved ones. The death toll rose to over 140,000 within months, and the scars, both physical and psychological, would never fully heal. As the world learned of the bombing, a fierce debate began. Was this act of destruction necessary? Could the war have ended another way? Critics argued that Japan was already on the verge of collapse and that such overwhelming force was unjustified. Others believed that the bomb was the only way to end the war quickly and avoid an even greater loss of life. These questions would echo through history, unanswered, haunting us to this day. The bombing of Hiroshima stands as one of the most controversial and defining moments in human history. It marked the dawn of the nuclear age, a time when humanity's greatest achievements became entwined with our most destructive impulses. It serves as a stark reminder of the power we wield and the responsibility that comes with it. As we reflect on the reasons behind this fateful decision, we must ask ourselves, what lessons have we learned? And how can we ensure that such devastation never happens again? For the sake of future generations, we must remember Hiroshima, not just as a moment in history but as a warning, an enduring call to strive for a world where the horrors of nuclear warfare remain a thing of the past.